Hi, I'm Dr. Andrea Ellis, and today I wanted to review with you the ASI or the Adrenal Stress Index test from Diagnostechs, the paperwork. So let's get started. This is going to be two sides of one sheet of paper. It's going to come with the box that you get for the test. At my office, you do not need to fill out this top white left-hand corner. We are not billing to insurance. There's no insurance codes or diagnosis codes necessary. Right-hand side, just your patient information. At the bottom here, it has lab clinic ID. You don't need to fill that out. They do want to know if you're a resident or if you collected this in the state of New York. No and no should be the answer to that. If it is yes, you are not able to fill this out. So on the left-hand side of this shaded area, it says last sample collected on and sample shipped on. The last sample should be collected on the day you did that test, and they would like for you to send that out as early as the next day. That's ideal, but you have up to 3 days to get that shipped. Make sure that you have that in the refrigerator while you wait if it's not on that following day. Section number 2, you do not need to fill this out. This should be filled out for you. You can see in this one, the ASI is blacked out, that circle. If you change anything in here, if you'll get different testing done, your doctor will figure it out when they get the results. But in order to do the testing that didn't get done, it's going to take another 5 to 7 days to get the full result. So don't change anything in this area if it's already filled out. If you're a patient in my office, number 3, they bill me. So you don't need to fill anything out here. You can click bill physician, but if you don't put anything, they're going to bill me as well. If you have your test from a different office, just follow the instructions from your doctor. 4, this is the back side. I like to have this paper out like on a counter because for me, it's out of sight, out of mind, and have it with my little vials lined up so I'm not forgetting. You have limited times in which you should be doing this testing. You've got a 6 to 8, 11 to 1, a 4 to 5, so that's a more narrow window. The others are 2 hours, and then a 10 to midnight. So those are the 4 vials that have the little sponges in them that soak up the saliva. And then you have an H file to be collected sometime in the morning or afternoon, just an hour away from the other tests. That is going to be important to do because it's going to show us all those other tests besides the cortisol that we're testing for. If you miss by up to an hour on one test, but if you miss it by another hour on another test, I recommend just redoing the whole thing. Or if you do it more than an hour away from that time frame, I recommend redoing that test. If you're my patient, give us a call. We can give you another testing kit if that is the case. So samples collected should be one date. They want to know if you have bleeding gums, work a swing shift. Did you perform the carbohydrate stimulation test? I don't recommend doing that. You can still get a good insulin level fasting and non-fasting without the carbohydrate stimulation test. If you're my patient, click no on this one and don't do that. And for females, if you do have a menstrual cycle, click on yes, otherwise do no. And they want to know what day of the cycle your sample was collected because that can make an effect on cortisol as well. And then your average length. And then this last thing here is just your medication list. All of these medications can affect your cortisol levels. So they want to know what it is you're taking, how you're taking it, and the last date and time you took it. So ideally, you can stop taking that more than 24 hours before your test. If you took a test on Wednesday, you can skip the medications on Tuesday and then not take it Wednesday as well while you're taking the test and then resume on Thursday. Talk to your doctor if that might be a concern for you. So that is the paperwork for this adrenal stress index test. If you have more questions, you're my patient, give my office a call at 214-987-9973. You can call or text us. I hope this was helpful. You have a great afternoon.